What's up, everybody? I'm doing a test to see how long the Dualshock 4 controller can last without the light bar on. This is interesting because this part that's connected to the light has to be connected to this part of the controller that's holding the battery. As you can see, I'm holding the battery in place with my finger because it'll just kind of like fall out of place if I don't hold it in very good. So once this is fully charged, I'm going to unhook this part, and then I'm just going to play on for hours and hours until it's completely out of juice. And I'll give you guys the amount of hours that it lasted. And here, just to prove that this is charging right now, I just turned off the lights. As you can see, the light is orange. It illuminates, so I'm going to turn the lights back on. Alright, so it's 1:06 p.m. Eastern Time, and I turned everything on exactly at 1 p.m., so it's about 6 minutes after that. And the way I'm going to go about this video is that I'm going to just compile a bunch of short video game clips together in this video here, and I will be checking on the battery power throughout the day. So right now it is at full. It is, it's fully recharged, and I did unplug that part that was attached to the light bar, so I guess we'll see how long this lasts. Alright, so let's start out with some Injustice Gods Among Us Ultimate Edition for the PS4. The time is 1:21 p.m. Eastern Time, and if I hold down the X and B button, battery life is still full. Keep in mind, I'm using the controller with the messed up R2 button, so if you see me struggling in some of these gameplays, it's because I'm using the messed up controller, but everything works fine on this controller, except for that R2 button. It's a little jacked up. So let's try some Deathstroke. Injustice Gods Among Us Ultimate Edition.
You're gonna lose, hero. Still just a kid.
Alright, before I continue on with any direct capture, I want to prove that this is not fake and that I am indeed testing out this controller without the LED light turned on. As you can see, it works just fine without the light turned on. And here, I'll turn the light off in my room so you can see that a little better. See, the LED light is not on at all, and I am playing the PS4 just to prove that this is not fake, and I am testing this out for real. So let me go back to Injustice and resume. Alright, let me put the controller down so I don't block my own view. Oop, still blocking the view. Well, anyways, you get the idea. So yeah, I just wanted to record this little part, and now I'll continue on with some more direct capture. Alright, so it's now 2 p.m. I'm playing some Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag with a broken R2 button. So let's see, if I push the X and B button right now, as you can see, it says 2 p.m. If I hold that in, the battery power is still full, so that's a good sign. Alright, I'll continue on here with some gameplay. Alright, so that's enough from this game. I'm going to check back in at around maybe 5 p.m. and see how I'm doing then with the power of the battery. Alright, so I know I said I would record more maybe around 5 p.m., but the time right now is about 14 after 4, and I noticed that the power of the battery has lost about 1/3 of its power, and that happened around, I think, 4 p.m. So I was thinking maybe I should record this now instead of waiting till 5 p.m. So I just wanted to show you guys that it has about 2/3 of its power left. Alright, so I'm trying out some Resogun because I wanted to play a game that has some rumble feature and uses the speakers on the controller as well. And I thought it'd be interesting to play this game since I'm not sure, but I think the rumble feature and the speakers use up some of the battery power as well. So let's pause this and check in on the time. It is 6:23 p.m. And look, about 2/3 of the power has depleted already from the battery. And it's about, what, going on for about 6 hours and a half now? Or almost 6 hours and a half. Or should I say, no, that's wrong. Sorry, 5.5 hours. Yeah, about 5.5 hours, and about 2/3 of the battery life is already gone without the light on. Alright everybody, it's now 8:02 p.m. as you can see right there, and I still have a little bit of power left. I'm going to play all the way through the night until this controller is completely unoperational, or unfunctional, or infunctional. Anyways, you get what I'm trying to say here. I'm sick right now, I have a cold, I'm trying my best to talk as normal as I can. So, trying out some Battlefield, and since this controller has the messed up R2 button on it, I had to switch the controls, so L2 is to fire and R2 is to aim. But since I can't use the R2 button, I just have to fire from the hip. Or I'll have to go down here and stab everybody. Try my best to stab everybody at least. Yeah, alright, got him. Alright, you're next. And for the last one, hey, come on, let me stab you. That was kind of funny. What's up everybody? I've been playing all afternoon, non-stop, and so far it's a little bit after 8 hours and a half now, so let me check on that. Yeah, it's about 9:33 p.m., and as for the battery power, I still have a tiny bit of energy left. So, yeah. Battery power is still going, and I'm still playing. Alright, it is 2 after 11 p.m. and I think right at 11 o'clock it told me that my battery is getting really low. And if I push the cross-media browser button right there, as you can see, it's fully depleted, but not really depleted. It's just telling me that I need to recharge my controller. So I think it was about around maybe 10 hours or so without the light bar it survived. And it's still going on. I'm still able to use it, as you can see right here. So, alright, I'm going to check back in when this is not working completely. I don't know when that will be. Maybe another hour or two. Who knows? Alright, so as you can see, it's telling me to charge the battery, and it stopped working on me completely about 20 minutes after 12, so in its entirety, I believe the controller lasted about 11 hours and 20 minutes, or 11 hours and 21 minutes to be exact. So I'm pressing the cross-media browser button right now, and it's going back to that screen. So if I push login and push the cross-media browser, alright. So right now it's 12:23 a.m. I've been playing all afternoon, all night, and yeah, it's telling me to charge up this damn controller. So there you have it. The DualShock 4 for the PS4 lasted about 11 hours and 20 minutes without the light bar turned on. But I want to say that I only used about 90% of the DualShock 4's capabilities. I did not really use the R2 button much because this button is broken on this controller. I just decided to use this controller anyways for testing purposes since everything else on it works fine. I did not use the share button, and I did not use the jack down there for the earbud. But I used everything else, so I did use the R1 button, L1, L2, these 4 buttons right here, the directional pad, and the options button. I did use the analog sticks, the cross-media browser button, and as demonstrated earlier, I was playing Resogun, and if you played that game before, you would know that it uses the speakers and the rumble functionalities in this controller. And I used the touchpad as well, if I didn't already mention that. And yeah, it lasted a while. I started at about 1 p.m. Well, that's when I turned this controller on along with my PS4, and I was setting up my recording equipment. I started recording everything about 7 minutes after. So yeah, thanks for watching my light bar test, and I need to get some sleep and recover because I have a cold. But before I go to sleep, this part has to be connected back to this part of the controller in order for it to fully recharge. So unfortunately, you do have to hook that light bar back up if you want to keep your controller recharged. So here, I'll demonstrate that right now. So here's the mini USB cable, and my PS4 is on, so I'll just plug that in right now. As you can see, no light is on to signify that it's charging up. So I have to plug that part back in, that part right there. And see if I could do this. Get in there. Is it in? Yeah, it's in. See the light? See? That means it's working again. Yeah, it's illuminating. Here, should I turn off the lights to make this easier to see? Turn off that, I'll turn off my lamp. There you go. Oh, it's so pretty. It's like Christmas. Alright, peace out everybody. I'm going to sleep.